Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're seeing this video. So my darling, my sweethearts, my beautiful people, there's this thing that's been troubling my mind for a while now, and I've been trying to get an appropriate answer, but I am not. And it's becoming disturbing. I think I'm losing my mind because the questions I've been asking, they've just been twisting. It's more like they're giving me a twisted answer. So please, I'm bringing it here. Maybe from comment sections, I'm going to find the appropriate answer. So guys, just please listen to what I'm about to read from the Bible, and then you tell me your thoughts. So I'm reading from Deuteronomy 14, verse 22, I think to the end, thereabout. So just listen. Be sure to set aside a tenth of all your fields, a tenth of all that your fields produce each year. Each year, not every month. Eat the tithe of your grain, new wine and olive oil, and the firstborn of your herds and flocks in the presence of the Lord your God at the place he will choose as a dwelling for his name, so that you may learn to revere the Lord your God always. 24. But if that place is too distant and you have been blessed by the Lord your God and cannot carry your tithe because the place where the Lord will choose to put his name is so far away, then exchange your tithe for silver and take the silver with you and go to the place the Lord your God will choose. Use the silver to buy whatever you like. Underline that part. Cattle, sheep, wine, or other fermented drinks. I believe that's alcohol. Or anything you wish. Then you and your household shall eat there in the presence of the Lord your God and rejoice. 27. And do not neglect the Levites living in your town, for they have no allotment or inheritance of their own. I believe the Levites are talking about the poor. At the end of every 3 years, bring all the tithes of that year's produce and store it in your towns. Verse 29. So that the Levites who have no allotment or inheritance of their own, and the foreigners, the fatherless, and the widows who live in your towns may come and eat and be satisfied. And so that the Lord your God may bless you in all the work of your hands. Please, I need to understand. This part, especially that's 26, it said, you should change your tithes. Exchange it. Exchange your tithe for silver. That is, I believe, for money. Then use that money to buy whatever you like cattle, sheep, wine, whatever. Then gather your household, and go to the place and gather your household. Gather your household. Then you and your household, sorry, I say gather. Then you and your household shall eat there in the presence of the Lord. Like, buy those things. You and your household. So I'm trying to understand where that part, maybe I've not read to that particular part of the Bible. Or like some will say, they'll say this is Old Testament. The New Testament is not talking about this. Blah, 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 blah. But this are same Bible. There are some rules and regulations that are in Old Testament that we're still abiding to. So why are they not saying because it's Old Testament, we shouldn't abide to those specific rules and regulations? I don't want to come into that, because if I come into that, we're not going to leave this place. So I'm trying to understand, where has that been so mandatory that we should take our tithes to church? Not just to church. The tithe should be given to a man of God. You understand? The tithe should be given to a man, or we should pay our tithes to the man of God. Because number one, this tithe we're paying at the end of the month, because some church take it as, why I'm talking about this is because some church take it as a very big deal. You understand? Even before you put offering every Sunday, that tithe is what they don't ask for tithes at the end of the month, or rather do they ask for the tithes at the end of the year. Every Sunday you will hear those that have your tithes here, come and pay. Then they go with this annoying prayer that freaks me out. A prayer that goes like, bless them. Bless these ones that have given, multiply them, do this, do that, do this for them. They are not even bothered about those that cannot even pay. Even some churches, the way they even pray for those that even give offerings, even makes the ones that don't have to give feel unacceptable. This is the house of the Lord, or they so-called the house of the Lord, because sometimes I'm trying to imagine who we are actually worshiping, because of how they have turned this whole thing into. It's becoming, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying all churches, but majority, sometimes when majority carries the vote, you have to now bring everything together. It's alarming. I'm not finding this funny. I'm serious, because I've been trying to, sorry, the lights just reduced. I've been trying to understand some certain things about this whole Christianity. And even the so-called Christians, they are not even living that Christ-like life that will make you, that will make even, should I say, a sinner or someone that doesn't even go to church or doesn't even believe in Christ to say, oh, the kind of life this person is living, I would like to live this life. I would like to, the person is living is actually a good example of what Christians should be like. I am not seeing it. Instead, the way they talk, the way they act, the way they live their life, sometimes you ask yourself, are these Christians? Or is this Christianity? Does it exist? This thing Christianity, does it exist? Sometimes, I won't lie to you. People that know me knows I'm a very blunt person. I don't know how to pretend. Sometimes I ask myself, is this actually Christianity? Or there's something more to this? Why am I talking about this? Even one day I was traveling from Lagos to Benin. I was in this one of these transport companies, and we're talking about this tithing. I brought this part of the Bible out and I showed it to them. And they were like, oh no, you're getting it all wrong. I said, listen, obviously, I don't know your church. I don't know where you worship. I don't give a heck about it. But it's obvious they have messed with your brains, or messed with you psychologically. And now you can't even say a convincing statement to convince me of what I am talking about. Tithing, with what I understand, is not compulsory that it should be paid in any church or to any pastor. With what I understand with this I just read, it is not compulsory. So I want to understand why some churches are making it compulsory that it must be paid in their church or to them. That is the part I want to understand. So if I'm getting this all wrong, please guys, I want you to make me understand where I'm getting it all wrong. That is why I'm bringing it out here and seeking for your advice or a solution. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time, guys. Once again, I'm always your loyal girl. Love you.